Okay, y'all, I finally finished Legacy season 1. I will be taking a break, just a little quick little break, but the season it ended okay. Ended okay. Um, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 overall, 7 out of 10 for the entire season. But to review episodes 12 through 16, so where I left y'all off at was, a lark threw the darn urn into the ocean. So we figured out he had got that little slug back in his ear. But anyway, we also find out that there's a new monster on the leash, off the leash, on the leash. The new monster is unleashed. And this one we end up with Emma and Dorian. They on a picnic, right? So I forgot to mention Emma and Alaric kissed while she had the bug in her ear, the little slug. And so she ain't tell Dorian yet. So they on a little picnic all cute and whatnot. And it's a bunch of bugs in a basket. Y'all, I would have lost my mind. I would have lost it completely. All them bugs falling out of that basket. Oh, to piss me off. So the mummy, which we find out is the monster, is bringing all these bugs and insects and different, biblical things that are attacking folks. And so they go on a road trip to stop them, and come to find out, old dude that was at the cleaning, that was head of the cleaning company in Kansas, is also there helping stop this. They set up people in quarantine tents and everything. So Triad is here. They are on it. And they even made a deal with Rick. He like, listen, you help me get this urn back, I'm gonna leave your school on. He's really threatening him. He was basically showing him like, yeah, I know about your kids and your school, what y'all really do. Don't even try to front with me. And so they had a little alliance to get the urn, but then Laura had Caleb swindle somebody in what they use it, the compulsion to get the urn back. Unfortunately, Triad had captured Emma and Dorian and used them as exchange. First of all, Emma is a whole witch. How are you getting captured by humans? They wasn't blocking your powers. I don't understand. Emma frustrates me. I don't understand what kind of adult witch she is, but she don't be acting like it sometimes. You literally turned the kids invisible when the gargoyles came. Why you didn't do that for you and Dorian when they came for y'all? I don't understand it. Anyway, so they get the mummy and they beat the mummy. They get the urn. The urn gets taken back from them. But the part that behooves everybody, the part that becomes important is when they get back to the school. Well, these are two things. Two things important. Emma does confess to Dorian about the kiss. Dorian goes and knocked Rick out, punched him dead square in his jaw, as he should. And then he quit. I'm mad because I like Dorian, don't quit. But he is a principal. And so he punched Rick and left. Then we find out that something else went wrong while they was out of town. Ralph, MG, and Landon skipped town. They didn't skip town because they find Ralph on the back porch all jacked up because he was supposed to be transitioning. It was a full moon and he was not transitioning. So we knew something had messed up, right? So the next episode comes to let us know what was going on. So while they trying to get through the answers, Emma's giving, doing some therapy with Ralph, trying to get him to go. But of course, he moving too slow for Hope. It's too slow because she got to get to land. She got to get to her little boyfriend, and she gives him this drug that splits his mind between the wolf brain and his human brain, so he can recall. He's like, a monster did it, a monster. And she's like, who's the monster? What's the monster? And so we find out. So Caleb told Ralph to look after MG because he don't got no family, and like his family don't come visit him. He can't go back home. They thought it. Landon pissed me off. I understand his heart was in the right place, but you should have just dropped it. So he goes on his road trip to take MG to go see his family. He's like, you got to get the answers, which I understand that. However, sometimes the answers will do more harm than good. And it wasn't clicking for him. He was a little privileged, showing just a little bit, because you not understanding some dynamics here. When it comes to black families, sometimes I'm just let y'all know, when they say you can't come back home, that for whatever reason, that ain't my experience, but for a lot of people, I know, like, when they say you can't come back, that's what they mean. They kick you, you're done. There's no coming back. So they show up at MG's house, and his mama like, what are you doing here? You know you can't be here. We had an agreement. That's what she told Alaric when she came. I'm like, what kind of agreement here? But she even told MG, like, no, your daddy won't accept you. He can't, no, you don't fit in his faith. And so MG was like, so you gonna, because his daddy, they find his daddy running for mayor. He's like, oh, so you gonna use my death? That's like, how trash is you gonna even answer the phone? You gonna use my death to run for the mayor? And so MG don't let it go because Atlanta like, no, we still need to find, we're gonna get these answers. So they find his daddy in the church. And when he see his daddy was like, oh, my son is returned. The prodigal father has gave my son back. Wrong. But we do realize and figure out very quickly that his dad did not know he was a vampire. He just thought he was dead. His mama did not tell him. And so MG thought his dad could handle it. He was like, oh, he loved me. He was talking about go get some ice cream, go get some lunch. I said, oh, yeah, he really don't know. And he was like, Dad, I can't. I'm dead. And he showed him that he was a vampire. His dad is just like, demon, get back from me, demon. Poor MG. MG had to compel his father to forget he even saw him. That's how bad it was. And so he was so furious at Landon for forcing him to do that. So much so, and Ralph tried to tell him, he's like, you was pushing too hard. You can't, everybody don't need the answers. Everybody, your situation is not MG's situation, right? And so Landon just was not hearing it. And it was pissing me off because he just knew what he was doing was best for him, and it wasn't. And MG was pissed. He was, this is your fault. I am a monster. And MG just and just toe into his neck. And Ralph, seeing MG do that, he transitioned, and mid-transition, he attacked MG and bit MG. And he the monster. So the monster that he saw attack Landon was MG, but he the monster that got MG. And so now MG need Hope's cure. So Hope got to come. They had to bring the cure, Hope blood, to get MG. But we find out that MG killed Landon. And lo and behold, he wasn't dead. This dude, this whole time, was a phoenix. Came back from the ashes. And I get it, y'all. It was okay. It was just underwhelming for me because when I heard Phoenix, I'm seeing Phoenix. I'm thinking Jean Grey. I am Phoenix. I am life incarnate. I'm thinking, fire. Where is the powers? That's what I want to know. But all the dude can do is come back to life. So boring. So boring. That's weak. Minus boo, boo, tomato, tomato. They could have did better with that. So that reveal, it didn't do nothing for me. So we find that out, right? And then on top of that, we find out that MG and Alaric his mother, MG's mom, had a deal with Alaric about him never coming home. It was just something fishy with her. Anyway, the next episode, we find out when Medusa Girl come, turn the folks to stones trying to get Landon. We find out this is the Mystic Fall pageant. I don't care about that. Ain't nothing important about Mystic Fall, the pageant, except for the fact that Penelope told Josie about the merge and to look it up because she been spying on everybody before she left. And she pissed at Lizzie, so now they at each other's throat. Anyways, the part that was most important at this, we find out that MG Mama is the head of the triad. She done kidnapped Landon, y'all. Oh my God. Imagine my face when I saw that. That was a plot twist. Then we get to the part, next episode, we find out when Landon is captured, the dude that was over the Chris, whatever his name, I don't remember his name, Clark. The dude that was over the triad too, well, he ain't over, he just worked there. That's his brother, and Malivore is a thing. It was a golem that the witches, werewolves, and vampires came together to create to take out all the other monsters. So they created that, and that thing, then after absorbing all these people, human people and creatures, it became sentient and it could create children, and it created Clark, his first, one of his first, and Clark wasn't no good to him, so he was able to biologically implant Landon into his mother, which he released the mother, which is why Landon is who he is. But that was crazy. Then the last episode, when the people raided the place, I'm like, where is the power? I don't understand this. This don't make no sense. But we figured out that they had a whole thing that was blocking their powers. But they get it all back. Hope goes to save Landon, which was cool and cute. But then she sacrificed herself. But now you done left Ralph stuck as a wolf. And all this, it's so much going on, y'all. I needed all these 10 minutes to recap these episodes. It was so much, and I had to leave so much out. But y'all don't watch the show. For those who ain't, go watch the show. I guess it's worth it. But 7 out of 10 for this review of episodes, 12 through 16, and all the way of season 1. See y'all on season 2.